And
So,
and we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SIYP podcast Uncensored. How are we?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you, David?
I'm awesome,
You
awesome.
are you are
And Jen,
fantastic. Yes,
yeah,
I got to do my beard.
fantastico. We'll do it in
Fantastico.
Portuguese.
So I know, David, I've been listening to all the previous podcasts, and you always go first. So I wanted to know if Hazel, you wanted to go first this time.
Just had to take myself off mute. Yeah, sure.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So this week, what showed up for me was accountability, and that's because I have next week off work. So
Mhm.
I was really setting up the people who are covering for me to be able to cover for me without any issues. So I just gave them a heads up on what I had going on for
Mhm.
next week
Yeah.
and asked them to take care of a lunch meeting just to make sure that the food arrived and that everything looked okay with the food. So that will be going on. And let's see, what else showed up for me? I think gratitude as well, for my coworkers covering for me so that I can take a week off. And I guess the being the best version of myself there as well. Yeah.
Hmm. I have a
And
quick question.
yeah.
So, with the aspect of accountability and accountability showing up, could you speak a little bit more how that accountability resulted in you stepping into your power?
Yeah. So, and also being the best version of myself because some people, they could just leave, go on vacation and not say anything to the people who are covering for them. So, you know, I know if that happened to me, I would not like that.
Hmm.
So I just put myself in the other person's shoes and imagine how they would feel. And so that makes me feel like I'm stepping into my power because I'm being a good coworker. I'm being accountable. I'm being responsible for my job. And
Mhm.
so when I come back from vacation, there won't be any like ill will from my coworkers who are covering for me while I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
yeah.
it's really great that you say that because I think a lot of us, like I mean, I've been guilty of this sometimes too. Whenever it's like, okay, I'm on vacation mode, I'm like, bye, see ya, I'm out, like shut down the computer and I'm out. Like I have a plane to catch, I have things to do. But because like a lot of us, or for myself, I feel like it's my time, it's my vacation, it's my well-deserved thing. I'm gonna have a great time. But now that you
Mhm.
say it this way, it's like not only do you still have your vacation, do you still have your good time, um, but you also have that additional sense of like of power where you've not only do what you're going to be doing, but now you also have that sense of like accomplishment and like that power. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also setting up my coworkers for them to step into their power because, you know, everything's gonna go smoother if they know everything that's going on. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Best version of yourself, gratitude and accountability. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Let me think. I'm just seeing if there was anything else that showed up for me. I guess also detachment. Because usually in the past, I would be the kind that's like, oh, are they going to do this right while I'm on vacation? Are they going to cover for me properly? Those were the kinds of thoughts that used to go through my head. And that would lead me to not being able to fully relax while I have time off.
Mm.
But now it's like, I trust them to do basically their job And I know that they're not going to how to say mess
Let
anything up.
yeah, let you down or yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's also another beautiful your thing you're saying because probably in the past, if if you didn't give that up, it could have caused resistance to
Mm-hmm.
something. And now that maybe hypothetically, if that resistance were to show up because you detach from it, you've domino effect killed the potential resistance as well
Mm-hmm.
because you detached from it. You're just like, I did what I had to do. Was accountable, you know, set the intention, and now I trust them, which is really seeing them in their power as well.
Yeah, yeah, because in the past I would be when my I have time off, I'd still be checking my work emails, and sometimes replying too, and I'm like, well, how can I actually have time off if I'm still doing that? You know, I'm still working, but I'm supposed to be on vacation. That's not really a vacation.
I think a lot of our listeners slash viewers would agree on the same thing. But you know what's really powerful again from our work is just being aware of this. It's not like a good, a bad, or an ugly. It's just that a lot of us tend to do that. A lot of us go on
Mm-hmm.
vacation, but we're still on our phones replying to emails or so are you really on vacation? And you got to
Mm-hmm.
set yourself up powerfully to allow yourself to enjoy that vacation for
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the purpose of vacation anyway. Oh, David, do you want to say something?
And yeah, and actually, and taking away time from your vacation to actually do work emails and stuff, that's actually taking away from time with you
Mm-hmm.
and time with your partner and time doing what you want to do. So it's
Yeah.
actually disrespectful to yourself actually to do that.
Yeah, and it's disrespectful to the people covering for me because it's saying that I don't trust their skills, to be able to cover for me while I'm on vacation. So, yeah.
Mm,
Exactly.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a ripple effect.
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
So when we actually take the time to love ourselves, then we're loving everyone else around us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
great.
then oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
No.
No, I was just gonna say when I get back from vacation, and I've done this before, I usually ask them, "Oh, is there any updates for me while I was away?" And thank you for covering for me. So it's like acknowledging them for taking care of everything while I was away.
Mm. So nice. So nice. Anything else for you?
Um, no, just feeling gratitude that I have the week off and looking forward to spending my time however I want.
Mm. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm excited for you.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm
David.
complete.
Well, you're complete.
It was a great week. So I did my talk. Uh, Actually, did I even say I was going to be doing a talk? I did. Okay, good.
Yes.
And my talk was awesome. Yeah, I was just like, I was blown away myself.
Mm.
Especially when I was doing it, I was like, wow, this is great. And I got two people who messaged me right afterwards wanting to connect. So that's good. I have paying clients this week, which is awesome. And remember that author I was telling you about? The
Yes.
call this week. We were talking about what we're doing. He was showing me what we're going to do and how we're going to actually get our messages out to the world. And he told me, he goes, David, I'm going to be working with you. Don't worry, we're gonna have a lot of fun
Mm.
because I'm here to help you. And I'm like, snap, okay, cool. So it was awesome. It's just like because if I was actually just crippled in my fear, which that's what my talk is about, and worried about going back home and worried that at the end of my stay Florida is coming up. This is my last week at the gym. my last 5 days at the gym before I go home. Because next
Mhm.
Saturday I'm actually driving home, and so if I didn't give that up, then I would have actually my time this time would have gone super fast as well, which would have
Yeah.
really sucked.
You
Um,
know, like basically what
but yeah,
you're
it
referencing
was a
is,
great week.
yeah, no, like in alignment with that, sometimes we do things that slow us down. Like I always tell people when we are governed by fear or fear shows up, instead of us just acknowledging the fear and seeing it on its way, sometimes we hold on to this anchor and we're just like, oh no, it's fear. And we're just confused as to why are we stuck while we're holding this hypothetical anchor. You know? So it's so great that you gave that up because then
And
you can, yeah.
we also created that fear. So I'll give you an example. In my speech, I actually talked about this. When I was a kid, we lived in Canada with an above ground pool, and there was a deck that you have to get into the pool, and it's highly chlorinated. And there's no alligators in Canada, which I've seen. So whenever the pool is just me swimming, I'd always look in the pool to make sure there's no alligators, and there's none. It was completely clear. And the minute I jumped into the water, I was being chased by an alligator. And I'd always be swimming for my life. And I'd get up on the deck, and I'd be panting and panting. And as I pulled my feet out of the water, that's when the alligator would clamp down and just barely miss my toes. And it was something that was made up. And it was so, so real, but
Mm.
completely 100% made up. So our fears are made up by us. We create the story.
Yeah. But then like we don't even realize it that we eventually have our fears become our reality. So it's really cool to identify that it's just a story and it's not our reality. And we can just live the reality as reality is.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm complete.
So beautiful. I love this. It's so beautiful. Okay. So basically for moi, and I had interestingly very similar categories that the both of you have shared. So, um, because now we're in the new apartment, we're literally finalizing. We did a lot of stuff this week. TVs are set up, lights are on, internet's on, everything is good to go. Should be having a barbecue next weekend. The house is just perfect. Um, a lot of things, interestingly, that happened this week. There were a couple things at work where I had a lot of gratitude for work. So, a lot of gratitude for my team, a lot of gratitude for um, just, the opportunity that work is giving me. I had conversations with parts of my family. So, it's weird because from last week, there was a lot of detachment, right? Just giving up, giving up, giving up. And speaking to my older sister, I didn't realize I was internally conflicted. Like, ironically, beautifully said, like what David said, I was living this fear that I want to support my family, but I'm scared of being too supportive or too controlling that I'm going to push my family away. So I was living this fear, which is like, how do I tell them what they're doing is stupidly wrong without hurting them? And, from the conversation in the detachment, it was like, stop thinking it's going to be a stupidly wrong thing and be there to support them if they need support. So it was interesting because there was so much detachment and I could see myself stepping into being a better version of myself. And while that showed up, there were things that I had to detach and give up. And when I detached and give up, I came back to peace. And then that allowed me to see the beauty at work. And that allowed me to be more grateful for work. And that allowed me to be more focused in my relationship with my partner. That allowed me to be more constructive and happy with, there was one day of the week I was sick. I was actually not physically okay because I was moving a lot of things to the new apartment, and we're about 400 meters from the old apartment than the new one. But I was like carrying boxes, I was carrying suitcases, we were buying stuff. So my shoulders gave out, my throat completely went away, and my voice, because, it was like AC cold weather outside, inside. So I was actually physically sick. And that showed up like, oh, I'm a failure. I'm not going to be able to work. I'm just having issues at work. But then when I gave that all up and I communicated to the people I needed to communicate with, so I took accountability also, like Hazel did, told the people who needed to know, what I got back from the team was, Zayshan, focus on your health and take the time you need, which was that already killed the attachment of like, I'm doing something wrong. I don't want to let down the team. That let it go. I could focus more on the house. I had more energy. I've been working the last couple of days. It's been great. And so, like, a lot of gratitude there. A lot of easier relationships with the family. Now, like, in terms with the family, it's ironic, or not ironic, it's interesting because I always thought that if I didn't constantly over help the family, I'm not doing my part in the family. But once I stopped doing that, things are okay. Like the family's okay. My grandmother's health is actually better. I was just like, oh, my mom has to go to Canada and see her before, God forbid, she passes away because I can't be there. So she needs to go. She needs to get her flight. And once I gave that all away, I asked my mom, and my mom's like, Grandma's completely okay. So I'm like, oh, okay. you know, like work is good, work is okay. My relationship with my manager is good. Like I shared last week, it was a little bit too interesting because he was sharing some things with me. I was just like, okay, we're things with my relationship are great. Things with my younger sister are great. Just more because I'm allowing it to be great. Like I'm allowing it to be what it's supposed to be. And it is great without my judgment, without my attachment, without all the noise, without all the fear. And something really beautiful happened today because me and Rebecca, me and my fiance, we are starting like our own business, right? And we're working on our own business. And yes, there is fears like, is the business going to succeed? Is it going to be profitable and everything? We've already got some sales for the business. And because you all have noticed with Rebecca on the calls too, she's also discovering things in her power. So she's taking on detachment. Me and her discuss our calls and she listens to the podcast. She takes on detachment. She's generating from liberating herself from fear. She's going into gratitude. She's going into forgiveness. And she shared with me something today. She was like, in our team meetings with the other two members, she was like, it's so interesting because I had a conversation with one of the team members. This is what Rebecca was telling me. I had a conversation with one of the team members where I explained a 4-minute detailed conversation, and the other person only in their listening out of very like a trigger towards the fear did not listen to the whole context but operated from those fear, and like David you said, like made that fear that person's reality. And, with all of this, Rebecca comes to me and Rebecca was like, you know what? I'm giving this up. I'm not going to let it attach to me at all. I said what I said and, I stand by what I said, but not in a pride way. Just like she's clear to give up the fear or whatever resistance was there. And believe it or not, a couple minutes later, she got a phone call from the person that had that misunderstanding, and that person just came and like apologized. But what's beautiful was it wasn't just an apology like, oh, I'm sorry. It was an apology that was like acknowledging what happened and the overreact from the fear. So I think it's really beautiful because, like, the three of us, when we're identifying these things, when we're becoming aware of, David, like you said, the fear becomes our reality. And Hazel, like you're saying, in the past, I would be attached to it and resist it. Now you're aware, David, you're aware too. And David, you're having an amazing, lovely, bubbly life. Hazel, you get to enjoy your vacation as you're supposed to enjoy your vacation. We literally are like rippling to other people for them to become aware also, which is really great.
Yeah.
That is. And I thought it was really interesting that the minute you actually stopped doing your sorcery with your grandma, like is she going to die before this and that, that she actually got better,
Yeah.
that she was feeling better, which was amazing. So,
Yeah.
and
And
there was also
giving,
one thing I was want.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, continue that because I
No, no,
need
I
to
just,
move the legs.
I just wanted to say, and me giving up that we have to be responsible for her health and not letting her health be her health the way it's supposed to be makes it less stressful for her, less stressful for me, less stressful for the family. Just letting it be and letting it be. Yeah.
And it was really releasing her judgments
Yeah.
because it was the judgment that her health needs to look this way for you.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
That's it for me.
I
I'm
don't
very
remember.
complete.
Oh, I just wanted to say something. When you were talking about your judgment station, I noticed that you really judge yourself harshly.
For me.
Yeah, because you were like, you thought if you don't overhelp that you failed and all that. And I'm like, you have to give yourself some credit and some love. I mean, the fact that you even want to help
Yeah.
is you gotta acknowledge yourself for that, because there are some families where the people don't help each other at all. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting you say that because and this is also what Rebecca and I are discovering in our partnership is that we do give ourselves space to acknowledge ourselves. That's where the gratitude comes up. But it always comes up later on, not in the heat of the moment, because in the heat of the moment when that judgment, that fear is so real, it's like the only thing I see. And then I have to go into, okay, what's going on here, checking in, being aware, acknowledging, and then being like, okay, does it serve me to then make the choice to give it up? But, I was just, yeah, if I put a loudspeaker here of what happened, you would just hear like, ah, yeah,
I think we're always hardest on ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say we are the worst critics of ourselves. We are the worst judges of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. So, Hazel, are you going to be on the call next week, or are you going to be on vacation town?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
in the call.
You'll be in the call. David, same time next week?
No, I won't be. I'll be on the road.
Okay.
Ah,
So, I'm going to have the barbecue next week, but it starts at 6, which is after 5. However, maybe we'll
do you,
push the call next week.
do you want to change it to Sunday?
No, we'll do it the following week. We'll take a break.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All
Cool.
right. I am
But
complete.
that's Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, it is Mother's Day
Mother's Day
weekend.
week.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. May 10th is Mother's Day in Canada.
So then, on behalf of SIYP, we tell you all to love your mothers because without them, we wouldn't exist, and be grateful for your mothers. There we go.
And happy Mother's Day to all the
And to love
mothers out
yourself.
there.
Happy Mother's Day to and love yourself, like David said, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.